Hello, this is Robert again. This time I wanted to give an example. After you load in your Mental Ray plugin, I wanted to show the proper settings for when you start to render out. Now there's several different settings that you can put in, but when you're testing your renders to see if you've got the lighting right or if you've got your position right, and you want to go ahead and you want to go to a low setting. And when you're comfortable with the low setting, then you go from your low setting and you want to go to a quality setting. Now what happens with the low setting is that you'll get quick renders, sometimes 4 or 5 seconds, 20 30 seconds, a couple minutes. Well, as you increase the settings, you can get renders all the way up to 4 or 5 hours, just depending on the quality that you want. I'm going to give you just a quick example. And I already got this box. I just created a simple box, and then I put a shader on it. And the way I did it, I went up to Window, went to Render and Editors, and then click Hypershade. Now the Hypershade is how you add textures, and in here is how you're just going to go ahead and you pick one of these different types of shaders to put on there depending on what effect you're looking for. Now go just with a quick Lambert, and as I click that, you see that this one came up here. Now I can go ahead and label that Lambert, and I just say well, let me click on this one because I already created this Lambert here, and then I just want to say that this Lambert is the red ball. And when you set that in, pick your color, use this little color wheel here, and then whatever color you want. Now, as you can tell in the background, because I've already added this shader to this object, when I go to change it, it'll automatically change in the background. And you notice now I want to go ahead and set this. Let me just set it as blue. And I'll click blue, and there, I'm done with that. Now that shader is there. Now, in order to add the shader, I want to select the object, and you notice that the wireframe comes up in the background over here. When I select the object, I want to use the mouse button and click the mouse button on the shader itself, and you'll see a plus sign, and then just drag it over to the object you've selected, and then just let go, and it'll add it. Let me give you an example here. Because I have this one, and I just drag this Lambert, drag it over with the mouse button, let go, and it'll add it to it. Now I want to go ahead and do the blue, and oh, I didn't select my object. Now click and just mouse button. Don't click right or left. Just use the middle mouse button. Click it, drag it over, and let go, and it'll add the shader to it. Same thing for this box. And when you're done with that, you want to close your window, and then what I did is I added a sphere so that you can see what happens with the light when when your object has some type of background. Because I don't have a background, I just went ahead and used this sphere, and I just changed it whatever direction, and I put the box inside, and then I added the Lambert to this box as well. And right here, if you notice these red wires, let me click on that. I gotta click out of it. Now I can come in here, and these are actual lights. Come on, give me the light. There we go. Now these are lights, and you can create the light by coming out here to create, go down to lights, and then pick whatever light you want, just depending on what effect you're going for. And when you set that in, you give it its instructions, which you get by going back into Render and Editors and clicking on oh, I picked the wrong one. You go to Attribute Editor, and then your Attribute Editor will come in and give you this light, and then you come in here and you turn it on by clicking your settings. You come in, click whatever settings you want, click this area. I want to use area light, and then I don't want to use the Mental Ray shadows. Come in here, and you can just play around with whatever settings to see whatever effect you want. And when you set your lighting, do the same thing for the other light, create it, and then when you're ready, you position the object on however you want it to render out. I want it to render out right here. Like I said, this is just a raw example. This is not how you're supposed to do it correctly. In order for you to set it up correctly, you want to set up a camera angle and that good stuff. But this is just a quick so you can see what the renders do. Now you come in, and up on the top you see all these different buttons, and this is another way to access rendering or any other options that you have in here. You can go rendering, or you can go up to the top and do the same thing. And I want to click rendering editors and go to render view, and then that is already a view that I had before. So what I want to do is I want to click on this button, and there, that does is it gives me, it rendered it out, and that's what it looks like. Or I can click in here after you click on the rendering button. I was in polygons before, and you click on rendering, and you click this button right here, click it once, and what it'll do is it'll take its time and it'll render it here. Now the options for that are in the rendering editor. You want to go to render settings, and it's when it first loads in. This is what I was talking about earlier about the Mental Ray plugin. When you load it in, automatically it's going to give you the Maya software. What you want to do is after you do your Mental Ray plugin, come in and you tell it that you want to use Mental Ray, and then you're done in this little tab. You come up here and you click quality. Click quality. It'll take a little. Okay, there we go. And then when we come in here, you want to set your max sample. Now, when I click on my max sample, you want to go 0 for just quick renders that take less than 2 or 3 seconds. And then when you want to see more quality, you go in increments of 1. And you never want to go in 4. If you click 4, you'll be here all night. The render will take 8, 9 hours to come out. So maximum you want to go 2. But for this demonstration, I would just want to go to 1. Now, when I give 1, if you notice over here where it says, down here where it says multi-pixel filtering, what happens is, if it's set at 0, you have no options. But once you click 1, this button will automatically allow you to set from box, and you want to go into gauze. Click gauze, and when you're done with that, you close the window, and now you click render. And what it'll do is it'll render out. Now this will take a little bit more time because now it's using the Mental Ray. And there you go. That's a render that you know, if that's what you like, then you're good to go. And when you're done, you want to go ahead and save your image, and then you save your image to whatever file you're in. And sometimes you want to set your images as targas, because that's how Maya saves out their files for good quality. You can save them out as objects, or you can save them out as JPEGs. Now in this one, I can actually set here we go right here as a file type, and you can set it up as an IF, Maya IF, a PNG, a PSD, a JPEG, a GIF, sorry, or Targa. Targa's the good quality for Maya. And then when you're happy with that and you name it whatever you want to name it, then you click save, and then you're done. And this, of course, you can set this. This is 1:1, so this is going to go ahead and do the whole entire scene. But you can click on this and set the display setting. Where is that at? Test the resolution. There we go. You want to test the resolution. You want to go to the render settings. I have it at 640 by 480, but you can get it as big as the 960 by 720, or you can go 1024, whatever setting you want to have it set up. But the bigger the window, the longer the render is going to take. And when you're done with that, if you like it, you can save it out. If not, you can now if you notice here, I have several renders. Okay, I guess not. I guess they didn't save it in. But you can change it. If you're not happy with that, you can change the position. I'll change the position. Let's change the position this way. And then I click that again, and then I re-render it, and what'll happen is it'll render it in a different position. And there you go. Now I'll set it up. I won't let it go all the way through because it'll take a long time. But if you want to get a better quality, you come up here and you your max level sampling, change that to 2, and you'll see that it'll start to take a long time. Now, because I don't have my computer set to high performance, this will take a long time. But I'll give you a quick taste of how long it's going to take to render this out. I click render, and now you'll start to see that it's going to take even longer. Well, I guess because I don't have very many objects or anything, it just rendered it up. But if you notice the quality from before, hopefully it saved it. I'm not sure if it saves it. It's supposed to save it out, but I guess I don't have the settings set up for it to save each individual frame so that you can save it out however you want. But this was an example on how to render out an image after you create it in Maya. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.